Uncovering the unexpected can transform an ordinary move into an extraordinary adventure. Imagine stepping into your new home, filled with the anticipation of a fresh start, only to stumble upon hidden treasures and mysteries tucked away by previous inhabitants. From antique heirlooms nestled in forgotten corners to secret rooms with stories untold, each discovery weaves a captivating tale about the house's past. In this journey of unexpected finds, we spotlight a woman who inherited more than just a safe from her aunt. What lies inside this unassuming metal box is a revelation that challenges her understanding of her family's history. Join us as we unveil not just her astonishing discovery, but also other incredible finds people have uncovered in their homes. Prepare to be amazed by these 8 extraordinary treasures hidden within the walls of everyday abodes. Number 1. Painting dumped in the attic turned out to be a Van Gogh piece. Imagine discovering a treasure right in your own attic. This story unfolds with a family who, for years, unknowingly kept a Vincent van Gogh painting stored away in their Norwegian home. Van Gogh, the celebrated Dutch post-impressionist painter, is renowned worldwide for masterpieces like The Starry Night and his many self-portraits. But not all his works gained immediate fame. The painting in question, initially perceived as a mere imitation, lay forgotten and gathering dust. The family had doubts about its authenticity. After all, how often does one stumble upon a Van Gogh in the attic? They assumed it was too good to be true, relegating it to obscurity for decades. However, the story took a dramatic turn when experts, 85 years later, confirmed that the painting was indeed a genuine Van Gogh. Named Sunset at Montmajour, this artwork was painted in 1888, a period when Van Gogh lived in Arles, southern France. Interestingly, Van Gogh himself had doubts about this painting, deeming it subpar and deciding against signing it. This very absence of a signature led the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam to initially dismiss it as a fake. But thanks to advancements in technology, meticulous analysis provided the needed proof of its authenticity. While we don't yet know its exact worth, considering Van Gogh's last painting fetched a whopping $39.9 million in 1987, this rediscovered piece could potentially be valued in a similar range. So, what lessons can we take from this attic find? Maybe it's worth taking a second look at those forgotten items in our own homes. Who knows what hidden gems we might uncover? Number 2. Mammoth bones. Imagine this. You're John, out picking blackberries with your teenage sons on your property. It's a day like any other until you stumble upon what looks like a ball buried in the ground. Curiosity piqued, you dig it up only to realize you've unearthed something far more significant. It's not a ball. It's the femur of a woolly mammoth, an animal that hasn't walked the earth in thousands of years. Eager to know more, you contact the local museum experts who confirm that this mammoth femur has been resting under the earth for at least 10,000 years. Woolly mammoths, these colossal creatures, once roamed the vast cold tundra of Europe, Asia, and North America, from around 300,000 years ago until their disappearance around 10,000 years ago. It's fascinating to think that these mammoths coexisted with humans, isn't it? In fact, the last known group of woolly mammoths lingered until about 1650 BC. That means they were still around more than 100,000 years after the construction of the pyramids of Giza. What a thrilling discovery for John and his sons. It's not every day you find a relic from a bygone era in your backyard. Imagine the stories this ancient bone could tell about the world it once walked in. What would you do if you found such a priceless piece of history? Number 3. Rare painting. Picture this. A woman in Compiègne, France, had a painting adorning her kitchen wall for many years. It was a depiction of the Passion and Crucifixion of Christ, showing signs of wear from smoke and grime exposure. To her, it was just a mere copy, an ordinary kitchen decor, until a stunning revelation came to light. As it turns out, this so-called knockoff was actually a rare Renaissance gem crafted over 7 centuries ago. The artist behind this masterpiece? None other than Ceni di Pepo, popularly known as Cimabue, a revered 13th century painter and mentor to the famous Giotto. This incredible discovery came to light when the woman decided to move and auction off some of her belongings, including this painting. The auction house expert, brought in to appraise her items, was left astounded upon realizing the true value of this artwork. Although its final price wasn't disclosed, art connoisseurs speculate that it could easily command millions at auction. What an amazing find. From a humble kitchen in France to the center of an art world sensation, This story reminds us of the hidden treasures that could be lurking in plain sight. What other priceless artifacts might be hiding in our homes, unknown and unappreciated? Number 4. 19th century Victorian kitchen. Picture this. You're rummaging through an old, dusty basement, the kind most of us would just pass by without a second thought. But as you sift through the relics of the past, something incredible catches your eye. That's exactly what happened to Archie and Philippa, a couple who discovered that their ordinary basement was a doorway to a bygone era. Beneath layers of dust and forgotten items, they unearthed a perfectly preserved 19th century Victorian kitchen. Imagine stepping into a room where time stands still. This kitchen, dating back to the 1830s, was a treasure trove of vintage culinary delights, complete with original furniture, utensils, and cookbooks. It was like opening a cookbook of history, with kettles, pots, pans, pastry cutters, jelly molds, and even an antique fire extinguisher, all just as they were over a century ago. It's a historian's and a chef's dream combined. The couple's discovery didn't just uncover kitchenware. It revealed a story of a home that once buzzed with the activity of around 20 servants. This kitchen, dormant for nearly 100 years, was briefly revived during World War II as an air raid shelter. Now, Archie and Philippa are on a mission to explore every inch of their historic home. Who knows what other secrets and stories are waiting to be uncovered in this grand estate? So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. You never know what other forgotten tales from the past we might dig up next. Number 5. Mysterious safe. Unveiling the mysteries hidden within a family heirloom can be an exhilarating experience, much like the one encountered by a woman in 2019. When she inherited an old, rust-covered safe from her great-aunt, her curiosity was piqued. The safe, a relic from the past, held secrets that had remained sealed for decades, leaving everyone in the family wondering about its contents. Upon opening it, her initial disappointment at seeing an apparently empty safe quickly turned to intrigue when she discovered a cleverly hidden compartment. This secret section was not filled with glittering jewels or stacks of cash, but it held something equally valuable, a collection of historical artifacts that were indeed priceless in terms of their sentimental and historical significance. Among the treasures were books, letters, and photographs, each telling a story of the past. Among the books was an old copy of The Lady of the Lake, a first edition of Walter Scott's Rob Roy, and, intriguingly, a copy of Adolf Hitler's Mein Kampf. While the monetary value of these books might have been modest, around $700, their worth in terms of family history and the insights they offered into a tumultuous era was immeasurable. The photographs and letters offered a window into her great-aunt's life, who had made a significant journey from Russia to Hamburg in the 1940s. These items weren't just artifacts. They were pieces of a life lived during one of history's most turbulent times. The safe, it seems, was more than just a storage unit. It was a vessel of memory, ensuring that the legacy and experiences of her great-aunt would be preserved and remembered by future generations. This story isn't just about what was found inside an old safe. It's about the connection to our past and the stories that our ancestors leave behind for us to discover. What would you hope to find in a family heirloom? Number 6. $50,000, a bottle of bourbon, and a secret safe. Imagine you're in the middle of a DIY home renovation, expecting nothing more than a fresh look for your space. That's precisely where Eddie and Angie, a couple from Arizona, found themselves. But as they peeled back the layers of their home, they stumbled upon something extraordinary, a hidden safe under their kitchen floorboards. Talk about a surprise makeover bonus. Now, finding a safe is one thing, but cracking it open, that's where the real twist comes in. As luck would have it, Eddie and Angie didn't have to look far. The combination to the safe was conveniently waiting for them in their medicine cabinet. Talk about serendipity. With bated breath, they unlocked the safe. Inside, they found a treasure trove, $51,080 in neatly stacked cash, a bottle of James E. Pepper bourbon, and a collection of old photographs. It's like hitting the jackpot in your own home. This incredible find turned their renovation project into a real-life treasure hunt. So what would you do if you found a fortune in your floorboards? Share your thoughts in the comments. Number 7, rare comic collection. Discovering a hidden gem right in your own home can be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, especially when that gem turns out to be a treasure trove of Golden Age comic books. Imagine Michael Rohrer's surprise when, in 2012, he found an extraordinary collection of vintage comics tucked away in his great-aunt's closet in Martinsville, Virginia. This wasn't just any collection. It belonged to his great-uncle Billy Wright, who had meticulously preserved these comics from his childhood. This remarkable find wasn't just a stack of old papers. Among the collection was a pristine copy of Action Comics #1, the very comic that introduced Superman to the world. This alone fetched a jaw-dropping $298,750 at auction. But that wasn't all. The first appearance of Batman in Detective Comics #27 was also part of this incredible find, bringing in an astounding $522,000. The entire stash, comprising 222 comics, amassed a staggering total of $3.4 million. For comic book enthusiasts and collectors, this was the stuff of dreams. These comics, more than mere paper and ink, represented a slice of cultural history, capturing the imagination and hearts of generations. Michael's discovery was a stark reminder that sometimes treasures can be hiding in plain sight, in our own homes. For all the comic fans out there, what would be your dream find? Share your thoughts and let us know if you've ever had a similar exciting discovery. Number 8, 33-foot deep hole. Imagine living in a house for over 2 decades, knowing there's a hidden mystery right under your feet, yet choosing to leave it unexplored. That's exactly what a couple in Plymouth did after moving into their Victorian home in the late 1980s. They were aware of an oddity beneath their floorboards, but it wasn't until 24 years later that their curiosity got the best of them. What they found was not just a quirk of old architecture, but a direct link to history. Right in their living room, underneath their sofa, lay a secret waiting to be unveiled, a 33-foot deep hole that turned out to be a well from the 16th century. Imagine the astonishment of finding a centuries-old well, a relic from a time just after the medieval period, hidden in plain sight in your own home. But that's not all. About 5 feet into the well, the couple made another unexpected discovery: an ancient sword. This sword, though simple and crudely made from ordinary metal, was more than just a rusty blade. It suggested that the well and the sword had been part of the everyday life of someone from a lower social status in a bygone era. Perhaps it was a tool used by a peasant, which accidentally found its way into the well. This ordinary sword provided an extraordinary glimpse into the life and times of people who lived centuries ago. The couple, realizing the potential danger the open well posed, decided to cover it up to prevent any mishaps. However, the discovery became more than just a safety measure. It turned into a fascinating chapter in their home's history and a unique talking point for visitors. Who would have thought that an unassuming Victorian house in Plymouth would harbor such a deep connection to the past? Have you ever stumbled upon something unexpected in your home? Share your stories in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing tales of discoveries. Stay tuned for our next video, where we uncover more hidden treasures from around the world.